Senator McCain, why is it necessary for you to take this extraordinary step of suspending your campaign?
Because these are extraordinary times. The financial crisis is on the verge of a very, very serious, most serious crisis since the end of World War II.
Hi, this is Josh Marshall from TPM Media. It's Thursday, September 25th. 2008. So, John McCain had kind of a rough and tumble day yesterday on the campaign trail. In response to the polling crisis, he announced that he had to go to Washington to save the economy, and in order to do that, he needed to suspend his campaign and also cancel Friday night's presidential debate.
Tomorrow morning, I'll suspend my campaign and return to Washington after speaking at the Clinton Global Initiative. I'm directing my campaign to work with the Obama campaign and the Commission on Presidential Debates to delay Friday night's debate until we have taken action to address this crisis.
But it turns out this wasn't John McCain's only dog ate my homework moment yesterday. McCain actually was supposed to be on the David Letterman show last night in New York City. And McCain has been on the Letterman show something like 100 or 200 times over the last couple decades. But what happened is at the last minute, he called up David Letterman and said, Dave, we've got a serious national crisis on our hands. The polls are down. I've got to get on a plane right now for Washington, D.C., so I can't make it on the show tonight. So Letterman, who's actually a fan of McCain, said, hey, country first, you got to do what you got to do. We'll make do, we'll come up with a substitute, and you go down there and, save the economy. But what happened is some members of Letterman's staff clicked on the CBS internal news feed, and they see McCain down at, a few blocks over doing an interview with Katie Couric. So actually what happened was, it wasn't about getting on the plane to go back to Washington. He decided to blow off Letterman at the last minute so he could do an interview with Katie Couric. And from there, we joined Letterman for the blow-by-blow.
When John McCain, and he was nice enough to call me on the phone and said he was racing back to Washington.
Yeah.
And our people here were told, it's so serious, he's getting on a plane immediately and racing back to Washington. And now we've just been told, here, take a look. Do we have it on the thing? This is going live. This area is right there.
He was imbued with the Democratic...
Doesn't seem to be racing to the airport, does he? This just gets uglier and uglier. I'm feeling bad for the man to have participated in this. I mean, I wonder if he'll mention me. Hey, John, I got a question. You need a ride to the airport?
I believe that we can have our better days ahead.
Now this stinks. Now you tell me, you know how things like this work. I don't want to keep beating this thing, but it just... It really is starting to smell now because he says to me on the phone, I took a phone call from John McCain. A lot of senators don't call me.
Yeah, I know.
And so I felt like, okay,
it's a thrill.
As part of the national good, I understand. And I said, good luck. Thank you for being attentive to the cause. And he said, maybe next time I'll come in, I'll bring Sarah Palin. And I said, fine, whatever you need to do, that's just fine. He said, yeah, we're going to go save the country. And then you get plenty of, it's like we caught him getting a manicure or something.
So, the weird thing is, Letterman isn't chopped liver. So just, sure, he lied to Dave, and Dave kind of wigged out on him and everything. But what even was going on? Why did he decide to do the interview with Katie Couric instead of David Letterman? Well, it turns out, earlier in the day, Couric had done an interview with Sarah Palin, and it had not gone well. So it seems like maybe McCain was trying to jump in there, at the last minute, kind of save the day to take the attention away from Palin. We have a little moment here from Palin's interview that may give you an idea why McCain decided that he had to put the kibosh on David Letterman.
You've said, quote, John McCain will reform the way Wall Street does business. He is almost always sided with less regulation, not more.
He's also known as the Maverick, though, taking shots from his own party and certainly taking shots from the other party, trying to get people to understand what he's been talking about, the need to reform government.
I'm just going to ask you one more time, not to belabor the point, specific examples in his 26 years of pushing for more regulation.
I'll try to find you some and I'll bring them to you.
So that's the latest for today. We'd heard some reports just about an hour ago that McCain was actually going to Washington now to save the planet from a giant meteor that's hurling towards Earth. But it turns out that report has been knocked down. But anyway, we're going to keep our ears to the ground and see what more we can hear about that. And we will talk to you next week. I'm Josh Marshall from TPM Media, and we'll talk to you next week.